What's going on, everybody? I am in fact doing a Bitcoin giveaway on this channel, so if you would like a chance to win zero point 0.1 Bitcoin, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, put on post notifications, like this video, and make sure that you comment your Bitcoin wallet address in the comments down below. So if you are the lucky selected winner, you will have a place to receive your winnings. And remember, this is a random giveaway, so everybody has a chance to win, and the only requirement is that you must be subscribed to the channel with post notifications turned on for a chance to win. And other than that, everybody has a chance to win, so good luck. Just make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. We will be choosing the winner very shortly. And today we are talking about the potential that's in store for Stellar XLM, and this has been one of those cryptocurrencies that's been getting a lot of attention, certainly lately, depending upon the fact that it hasn't really been getting, I mean, in comparison to the amount of hype that was around Stellar previously, it's sort of starting to return, and it's definitely interesting to see Stellar getting the attention that it deserves. Personally, I would like to make the point of saying that Stellar definitely has real potential, and I really don't understand how Ripple's value is so much higher than Stellar's. They're basically doing very similar things, and in a lot of ways, I think Stellar definitely has potential in the long term to be the next Ripple. Currently, Ripple definitely has the monopoly on the media attention and so forth, and I think that definitely plays a big role in it. Certainly being the #3 spot, a lot of the attention that's given to technologies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, definitely a lot of it trickles down to Ripple, and then we have Stellar down here. However, you have to remember the fact that Stellar is in fact a fork from Ripple, and the two technologies are fundamentally very similar in a lot of ways. They're both positioning themselves substantially in the realm of the establishment, with a lot of different variables coming into alignment in regards to those future developments. I think that in a long-term perspective, we're going to see technologies that are taking the pathway of Ripple and Stellar, really dominating the cryptocurrency community as we see things start to develop towards the future. Certainly there's a lot of people out there who have mixed feelings about the nature of Ripple and Stellar. Ripple's been criticized based on the very valid point of decentralization and the lack thereof when it comes to the approach that Ripple has taken, and certainly the concept of a banking cryptocurrency and the concept of the establishment getting involved in this space has a lot of people on pins and needles, and certainly Stellar gets a lot of that same attention from that same sort of community of people who have that sort of libertarian perspective when it comes to cryptocurrencies, hoping to see the totality of cryptos being in the hands of the people rather than the establishment. And I'm basically here to give you guys a reality check. The fact of the matter is that the establishment is not going anywhere. So if you have some sort of delusion that something is going to happen involving like Bitcoin and so forth, it's not. I mean, the future is going to involve working very closely with the establishment and so forth, and these technologies that are establishing themselves in those ways are certainly interesting to me, because I can see them functioning in the world of tomorrow. I mean, you could have your own perspective on this. Certainly everybody's entitled to their own opinion when it comes to this. This is certainly one of those conversations that's going to need to happen in the world of cryptocurrency, but from my perspective, things like Stellar and Ripple, fundamentally hard for me to ignore from an investing perspective, and certainly I could see Stellar because my analysis of these technologies is fundamentally data driven, and I could see Stellar overpassing Ripple in the long term, possibly even overtaking it for that #3 position. And Stellar is, I mean, it's a top 10 cryptocurrency. It's #8 as we currently stand with that 20-cent valuation. And I really think that we could see some great things happening in the works for Stellar, especially based on the fact whatever seems to happen to Ripple, you can pretty much see happening to Stellar because they are so closely connected. The fact that Stellar is a fork off of Ripple certainly is something to be said, and I think that the technology is there, and the potential for Stellar and Ripple to really have to really duke it out in the future definitely is a significant thing to pay attention to. I'll actually be including a link to this video right here. This is actually a really great video. It goes into the details regarding the potential of Stellar, and this guy actually has a really interesting perspective when it comes to Stellar. He thinks that the value of Stellar should be way higher than Ripple, and I'm inclined to agree with him based on the points that are included in this piece of content right here. So I'll actually be including a link to this video down in the description if you guys are interested in learning more about this argument. He covers a lot of the same fundamental points that I have talked about in this video, and he also expands upon them in some really interesting ways. And I honestly think that based on my analysis of Stellar and looking at the team and so forth and what they have lined up ahead of them as far as developments go, we really could be seeing Stellar being replacing Ripple as far as the totality of things go. And in the end game, I think Stellar definitely has the potential. So looking at the news regarding Stellar, I mean, it's being heralded as the future of banking, and it's getting a lot of that media attention that is normally reserved for Ripple. So it is interesting to see how all this attention, it certainly is interesting to see the way that things have been developing and so forth, and how Stellar has been establishing itself. I mean, Global Coin Report talking about Stellar plans to tackle down Ripple and Ethereum with its, I mean, April 6th, I mean, that's yesterday, so it is interesting to see how Stellar has been positioning itself in regards to these developments, why IBM is getting serious about Stellar. I mean, these are really, IBM is looking to see where IBM is headed is definitely going to be a key significant variable in regards to how we see these developments starting to move forward. And I think Stellar definitely does have a really interesting track record and definitely an interesting future as we continue to move forward. So I'm definitely interested in seeing all these different developments regarding Stellar. If you guys aren't already, I would definitely recommend that you guys go and follow Stellar on their verified Twitter account. Twitter is a great resource when it comes to the world of cryptocurrency, and especially it's very important to follow the technologies that you know and love. You know, it's always important to get the information directly from the source, so make sure that you go and follow Stellar on their official Twitter, and yeah, get in communication with them, or at least, you know, get that access to the news feed that they provide for. I mean, they're really good at keeping people up to date, April 2nd and so forth. It's always interesting seeing the developments as they happen regarding Stellar. And of course, make sure that you guys go and follow me on my Twitter. I'll actually be including a link to my Twitter in the description. It'll actually be a link to my Twitter as the first link in the description. So if you guys are interested in connecting with me, I'm always interested in hearing what you guys have to say in regards to this space. Like I said, in cryptocurrency, knowledge is definitely power, and it's always interesting to hear the different perspectives that you guys have to offer in regards to these technologies and so forth. And I'm definitely very excited about the future of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is definitely a revolution when it comes to the way that these technologies have a physical application in the real world. And that's fundamentally one of the things that I look at when I look at these different cryptocurrencies on this list. I think, what are these cryptos doing that's going to have an actual place in the world of normal people, you know, grandmas and grandpas, and pretty much people who aren't thinking about it from an investing perspective. How are these technologies going to be interacting with people's day-to-day lives? And I could see Stellar and Ripple being those technologies that have a place already set up for them in the establishment, in the world of banking. And it's definitely an interesting thing to see develop happening right in front of our eyes, because as the establishment continues to develop and find a use for cryptocurrency, it's going to get a lot more exciting as things continue to be introduced in that fashion. And with a current market cap of $262 billion, it's definitely interesting to see these developments as they're happening. But you guys have to remember, disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. I'm not your dad. I'm not responsible for any of the decisions that you might make or inclinations that you might have regarding cryptocurrency. However, it is interesting for me to share my opinion with you guys purely for discussion purposes. So if you guys are interested in sharing your opinion with me, I'm always interested in hearing different perspectives regarding these things. You guys can share those opinions, send them to me on Twitter. I'm always interested in hearing these the news that you guys are interested in sharing. But all that being said, yeah, I'm also going to be including a link to this video down in the description as well. This video really goes into interesting detail regarding what's happening with Stellar Lumens and the concept of central bank backing of Stellar, which could be really interesting as we continue to see these developments being implemented step by step and day by day. So yeah, all that being said, you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this piece of content, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the developments that are going to be happening for Stellar. My opinion regarding Stellar is very positive, and I could definitely see a lot of potential in the works for it, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this piece of content. Remember to subscribe to the channel, put on post notifications, like this video, and of course comment down below letting me know what you guys think, and have a good one.